Hello everyone, it is Jayden and welcome to The Alpha, the show where we talk about the hottest topics in pop culture and sports. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button on the video, and if you enjoy my commentary and myself truly as always, be sure to tap that subscribe button and to hit that notification bell to get notified when all my videos go live. I love you guys so much. Peace, love, and positivity always, y'all. See ya. Mr. Caleb Williams. This is a guy who, of course, along with JJ McCarthy, has got my antennas up for them. These two guys in the same division, I am most interested in looking and studying and conversating about all year this year because they're just so intriguing and a lot is riding for them this year. But Mr. Caleb Williams and I, last night, going into the game, I specifically had the game on just to watch Caleb Williams because I knew he was going to start. Had the game on, 8 o'clock sharp. First drive, absolute masterclass by Caleb Williams. Just absolute masterclass by Caleb Williams. He looked exceptional. Just exceptional. Going into this game and even going into all season, we know Ben Johnson got hired by Ryan Poles and the Bears. We know the history and the things that Ben Johnson, I was about to say Brian Johnson, Ben Johnson, we know the history that he has had the last couple of years as the OC of the Detroit Lions. He literally turned Jared Goff into a bona fide fringe top 10 quarterback. He had one of the best arguably the best rushing attack in the NFL. So, with him finally being up for a head coaching job, going into Chicago with a quarterback like Caleb Williams, who coming out of the draft was considered the next Patrick Mahomes, had all of these traits of Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, we're not saying he's the next Patrick Mahomes with the accolades and everything else. We're just talking about raw talent because Caleb Williams is one of the most talented quarterbacks to come out of the draft in years. This is the type of quarterback and capabilities of a quarterback that we are talking about. And with a offensive coordinator like Ben Johnson getting his hands on a guy like this, the stories coming out all off season has been what if Caleb Williams is able to take that next step into being the quarterback that we thought he was going to be coming out of the draft. We know what happened last season. Most sacked quarterback in the league, taking unnecessary shots, even though, some of that was unwarranted. A lot of that was on the offensive line, but a lot of it was on Caleb Williams too. Can't he be more disciplined? He's holding on to the ball too long. All these type of things. Under Ben Johnson, we are looking to see if all that gets fixed. And we know there's been some headlines the last couple of weeks of training camp. There's been a lot of videos of Caleb Williams struggling to, throw the ball in their little target game that they play, throw the ball into the specific holes. There's been stories of Caleb Williams not being able to understand the play calls because Ben Johnson's play calls are reportedly very confusing. There's been a whole lot of memes going out about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers meme when God, I can't think of the guy's name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The meme out with John Gruden. John Gruden was the coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it was the guy who was the quarterback, Phil Simms' son, was the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the time, and John Gruden was grilling this play call into his head, and he could not, Chris Simms, I think was his name, Chris Simms could not get the play call down. So there was a whole lot of memes going on with that about Caleb Williams, and that being the same situation. So going into this game, what was Caleb Williams going to look like? And he looked phenomenal. Absolute masterclass in the first drive. 5 of 6 passing, led a 93-yard touchdown drive. I mean, everything looked so good. He was very decisive. He was poised. And most importantly, something that I have not seen with Caleb Williams the last couple of years, even when he was at USC, when he played those very big games. We all remember the game against Notre Dame his last year where Caleb Williams looked absolutely flustered at the end of the game. Caleb Williams, for once, looked comfortable in the pocket. Caleb Williams, the quarterback that will run out of the pocket. He'll run 10, 15 yards backwards just to try and make a crazy throw. We know Caleb Williams is very antsy in the pocket. Yet, last night, he looked poised. He looked professional. And overall, he looked comfortable. He was going through his reads, throwing the ball with accuracy, throwing the ball with a lot of zip. A lot of zip. And he just looked absolutely phenomenal. It was pretty much like a little teaser last night of what we could possibly be in store in for the whole season. And it was just, and I'm going to harp on this again, it was just so nice to actually see Caleb Williams with a clean pocket, because we've had to see Caleb Williams just run around for the last couple of years, and just seeing him just be able to sit there and just pick apart a defense, throw an accurate football. It was just nice to see. And it was just shades of what could be, and what type of ceiling could Caleb Williams reach now that he is got Ben Johnson under his wing. But the overall question is this, though. Can we see this Caleb Williams going into the regular season? Can we see this Caleb Williams for 17 games? Because if you are not aware, and I'm talking about the Chicago Bears, have a very brutal schedule this season. A very brutal schedule. I will give you a quick rundown of their schedule right here. Week 1, they are in Minnesota. Or are they in Chicago? I don't think they say this is home or away. Okay, here it is. Okay, they're at home against Minnesota, on the road against Detroit, at home against Dallas. Wait, who cares if they're home or away? They got to play the Raiders, got to play the Commanders, got to play the Ravens, got to play the Bengals, got to play the Vikings, got to play the Steelers, got to play the Eagles, got to play the Packers twice. You're playing the Browns, even though that's an easy win. Got to play the 49ers, and you got to play the Lions. They have a pretty, I wouldn't say it's a very brutal schedule, but it's not the easiest schedule at all, by any means. So, will Caleb Williams be able to show this for 17 games? I think it's a high possibility. You have the weapons. You have Rome Odunze. You have DJ Moore. You have Luther Burden. You have, is it Colton Loveland? Colbin Loveland, whatever his name is, Loveland, new tight end, first round pick that they drafted. He looks good. Still got Cole Kmet. Got a bolstered offensive line, because that was the number one thing that Ben Johnson did when he got the job. I want to say he went to Ryan Poles and was like, Ryan, we need to beef up this O-line because it was god awful. Caleb Williams was the most sacked quarterback last year. Let's get the man some help. So that was obviously a focal point for the Chicago Bears this offseason. So with that being said, I think Caleb Williams and the Bears can be capable of winning 10, 11 games and making it to the playoffs. I think they are very capable of doing that, because if Ben Johnson can establish a culture, because we know the X's and O's, he's amazing. And just a little side note, just to get to the Chicago Bears' performance overall last night, what the frig? They were amazing. Exceptional last night. I mean, they were carving the Buffalo Bills defense up all night. I mean, every time I turn around, a wide receiver was wide open. I don't know if that had a lot to do with just the Buffalo Bills and their game plan on defense, or that just had to do with just Ben Johnson's phenomenal play calling. I'm leaning more towards the Ben Johnson phenomenal play calling, because Sean McDermott is the defensive, the head coach, defensive-minded head coach for the Buffalo Bills. He's had a pretty good defense his whole tenure there as the head coach under Buffalo. I just think that was just an absolute Ben Johnson masterclass. And if we got that to look forward to in the regular season, watch out all NFL defenses, because you're going to have a long day. Something that I want to see if they're going to be able to establish, though, is if they're going to be able to establish an efficient run game for Caleb Williams. We know the type of run game that they had in Detroit with the double, the double monster with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, Sonic and Knuckles. But will they be able to do that? Because I think their number one running back right now at the moment is DeAndre Swift. I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. But overall, Caleb Williams, great season debut under Ben Johnson as your head coach and offensive coordinator and play caller. And the sky's the limit for you. We're all rooting for you. I know I'm rooting for you because you were going through a whole lot of slander last year. I mean, last year people were just wanting to know if you were a bust because of what Jayden Daniels was able to put on tape his very first year, taking the team to an NFC Championship game. So I want to see you in contention. I want you to be in the playoffs. And it's going to be very entertaining looking at you and watching you going into your sophomore season. What do you guys think? Do you think Caleb Williams has what it takes to bolster himself and put himself in the conversation as one of the top 15, top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL this season? Do you think he's going to be very successful under Ben Johnson? I want to know all of your comments down below.